Hey, can you guys hear me? Oh. Yep, today's the big day. Today's the big begging stream. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it, but we'll see what happens. I'm excited to try. Oh, shit. You got this? Yeah, I just gotta work hard, you know? That's all there is to it. You just gotta work hard and believe in yourself. More social engineering? Yeah, and actual engineering. Obviously. Okay, we'll go this way. Is trading still off? No, no, it's not. Good luck, man. Thanks. Another duping bug? No, that's probably not till after the patch tomorrow. But, on the patch tomorrow, yeah, I'm kind of expecting that there's going to be a duping bug. I mean, like, the real question is why wouldn't there be? Then a shame why you beg? Well, there's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, like, I'm just trying to get some stuff. That's how I see it. I just want stuff. What's this? Fortify you last. That's trash. Nobody wants that bullshit. Have you talked to Zeppo? She got COVID a bit ago. I saw she was online, like, semi-recently, so... it's probably, you know, she's probably doing alright. Any season of Mastery tonight? I might play it a little bit, yeah. I mean, we'll have to see what happens, though. I'm not really sure. I kind of want to get... The thing is, like, New World is bringing out a really big patch tomorrow. So, I want to be ready for that patch. Ready for the dupes? Yeah, exactly. What's the name of the weapon? This is Ice Gauntlet. I mean, like, the weapons themselves are just, like, kind of mediocre. I don't really have any, like, super good items here. I'm just gonna go and sell some stuff, or get some stuff. Do you think you seem knowledgeable about Classic Warriors? Do you think questing or dungeon grinding would be faster leveling in Season of Mastering? It depends, right? I mean, if you have... I think that dungeon leveling is still going to be really good in, like, the 30s. Especially once you get Ravager. Like, once you get the Ravager, you can probably do, like, a melee cleave of Scarlet Monastery pretty well. That's kind of what I'm expecting. Do you think the amount of duping that's happened has permanently harmed the integrity of the game? Yeah, but only from a perceptions point of view. I don't think that it's actually harmed the game. I think that people just think it has because they think it's really stupid that it happened. Like, my perspective with the duping and everything like that is that what they need to do, this is like the smart thing that Amazon should do in order to handle the duping, is they should make it to where they should make a new tier of resource that is required in order to craft stuff. Like a higher tier of resource, so all of the duping that was used won't matter because the gear will be made irrelevant through the duping. So they removed 98% of the stuff that got duped. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you one thing is, like, I feel like my server, I don't really notice the duping. And, like, maybe I'm just dumb, but, like, I don't notice, like, oh wow, you know, Void Ore on my server is 1 gold or something like that. I should commit to New World, played it. Seems like a never-ending cycle of bugs. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing with New World, and this is like what my take on it has always been, is that New World is a it's absolutely a problematic game. Like, I mean, I don't think how I don't see how you could not say that. The Dryad Guardian Armor stuff you make yourself. Oh, the Void Armor? Yeah, I don't know if it's the best or not. I have no idea. But I just like the way it looks, for sure. But, yeah. That's on Final Fantasy 14 PvP? I haven't done it, so, like, I'm not really sure. I'm gonna wait till Endwalker and maybe try it then and just see what it's like, and if it's fun, then I'll play it. That's pretty much how I feel. Jesus Christ. I hate how whenever it hits me, it slows my character down. It's annoying. Okay. And there we go. Got him. And fuck yeah. Okay, I'll just wait for these guys to reset real quick. There we go. These guys are annoying, but it's not the end of the world. No mount patch, but movement speed patch in New World. It's not really movement speed. It's just the it's just one thing, right? Okay. Starting to do crafting and gathering in Final Fantasy 14. I'm surprised I like it a lot. Yeah, like, it's weird because, like, I feel like I won't like it, but maybe I will. It's like one of the things probably I should just try on my own. You think about playing in WoW? Yeah, I mean, I played a little bit of WoW recently. I haven't really done a whole lot of stuff in WoW, but, I think that, like, for me, I just want to take a break, you know, and yeah, I've got limited time, and with New World, like, it's cool to just, like, chill and play the game, and I think that's really why I play it, is because it's just a very relaxing game for me to go through and play. It's not like I think the game's perfect or anything like that. It's just a relaxing game to just go through and play. Once you get high level in crafts, you know, it's one button macro, since it's annoying not to, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, I have no idea about, like, the Final Fantasy crafting stuff. I'd have to, like, see it for myself. What did you eat today? I went to Torchy's earlier, and it was pretty good. I got that, and now I was just thinking about leveling up my stuff. That's my plan. Do you think the road speed buff is enough? No, it's not at all. I think it's, again, like New World, like, the road speed buff is not a... The road speed buff is not the solution. It's not the problem. The problem is that, like, okay, so let's say you want to go from here, from, like, this... Okay. Let's say you want to go from, like, this place right here, and you want to go from here to here. Well, what do you think's faster? Going this way? 10% faster? Or just going from here to here? You see what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? So, also, like, let's say you're at Reekwater and you want to go to here. So you come out here. Is it better to go this way? Or is it better to just do this? More speed, please? No, the problem is not the speed in the first place. The speed is not the issue. The problem is that it's the movement isn't even the issue. I think the fundamental issue is that this is mainly a problem for people that are questing, I think, and leveling up, because as a max level player, moving around and traveling in the game is only annoying because you have to go from like one settlement to another. I'm sorry, but I think that the entire thing, the entire idea of like the way they do fast travel and everything is just completely flawed. I think it's a bad idea that nobody ever really asked any questions about. People just like, you know, maybe it was like one of the executives who had this idea and nobody ever questioned it at all. You see what I'm saying? 10% speed buff is like whenever you get a 25% raise for a bit more responsibilities. Yeah, exactly. Uncapping Azoth would help a lot with an increase in drops. Yeah, I think so too. Some out of carriage could work. Yeah, I think that'd be good. Just like in general, there's no upside to the player that is, there's no upside the player has whenever it's hard to fast travel. Like, this does not make the experience for the player better. Does that make sense? Like, you can talk about, like, the game designer's vision, and that's all nice and cute. But who cares about the game designer's vision? You're not the game designer, you're the player. You just want to play the best game possible, and if you're not playing the best game possible, you're not happy. Yeah, Skinner boxes are not for your enjoyment. And so the whole idea of this Azoth requirement for fast travel and the way that it works is not something that makes the player experience better. This is something that the developers feel is necessary for the game to function. When you fast travel is to help keep the economy stable? Well, it's not, because now they're merging all the auction houses. So there's no reason for that to even be a problem in the first place. Because if they're merging all the auction houses, then who gives a shit if people can fast travel around and use the different auction houses? You see what I mean? Oh, right, and NPC aggroed directly to me that I've never hit before. And this one is aggroed, again, directly to me. Okay. You're the lowest level there? How could I be the lowest level if everybody's 60? Okay. Not duping is also important, but like that's not really... That doesn't really make any sense because people all use the same auction house on most servers. What would your ideal fast travel? Surely you realize infinite fast travel will have detrimental effects. What detrimental effects do you think infinite fast travel would have? Too fast, too furious. Yeah, true. Okay. Yeah. Buying apartments in other towns that connect with your main house so you can fast travel between apartments. Yeah, but that still costs Azoth, even if it doesn't cost as much. That's what I'm saying, is like there's really no downside to having infinite fast travel from settlement to settlement. Not sure if you saw, but I said loss of immersion in the world. I think that immersion is secondary to gameplay. Like, I think immersion is important, but whenever the gameplay is harmed by that pursuit of immersion, then I think the immersion is what needs to go. And also, I think that the way that, like, you have, and this is like a theoretical thing, I think there should be a healthy balance. Well, the healthy balance is just letting people fast travel. So like if somebody says they want to punch you in the face, and then they say, well, okay, can I at least slap you? And you're like, well, no. It's like, well, you know, like you won't even compromise with me. It's like, well, no, no, I'm not going to compromise with that. I think that's a very good point. That's the way I feel about it. Is like, why should I have to compromise for something like that? And I understand the analogy. Okay, so like somebody wants to do something bad to you, and then you say, well, I don't want that, and you just propose, how about just don't do the bad thing to me? And then they say, as a response to you telling them not to do the bad thing, they say, well, what if I just do another thing to you that's also bad but not as bad? Would that make you feel better? I think this one's gonna get me. Yeah. Ah, shit, it's an elite. Let's kill these guys real quick. Oh, everything's attacking me now. Right. What is this? Like, I'm just being like, watch. Like, my character's just being moved without, like, I have, like, no control over my own character. What is this? Like... Jesus Christ. What is this? Like, ugh. It's called fun gameplay, yeah, I know. Holy fuck, man. Well, at least he got stuck in the wall. Great. Okay. Polished marble storage chest. Isn't that worth like 9,000 gold or something? That's a good one, isn't it? Oh, nice. Cool. Alright, let's go. Want that chest? That's not a big deal, boys. You just get it. I mean, like that's all there is to it. You just get the chest. If you don't know how to do it, you just do it, and that's how you learn. You're not gonna tell me I can't fast travel? Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the thing, right? It's like a. I don't see why I don't think that players should ever compromise with developers on things that players want. Does that make sense? Where's the part before that? Oh, I don't know. Well, like, here's what I'm saying is like I've been down, customer service won't talk to me. Yeah, it sucks. I don't want my account to be unbricked. It's not. I don't know. I'm not Amazon game service. You know, like you're coming here and complaining about. I don't know. He was talking about World PP. Turn to something else. I agree. We should be able to move more quickly. Yeah, exactly. But you yourself said developers shouldn't always give the players exactly what they want. You're right. I think that players want mounts, and what I think they really want is fast travel. better fast travel. Because I think walking out around in the world and exploring out in the world is really cool. But the truth is that if you add mounts into this game, it makes the game very small. I think it will make the game extremely small. It'll be like in Cataclysm whenever they added mounts to Old Azeroth and the entire world was just put into perspective of how small it was. I don't think that's the solution. Mounts are better than fast travel. I could see why you'd say that. I mean, I could see why somebody would think that, yeah. Okay. It's like, I just don't see how, like, in my opinion, I think adding mounts into New World is like adding mounts into like Dark Souls 1 or something like that. It's just like the game's not built around having anything remotely close to that. It just doesn't really seem like it's built with mounts in mind. A carriage ride system could work. Yeah, I think a carriage ride system or something like that would be really cool. Yeah, I'd love to see something like that. But I think that also, like, a lot of those types of, like, movement systems, like, I'd really like to see them add in, like, one of the coolest things that they could do for New World, in my mind, is if they added in, like, some sort of, like, naval expeditions. Because I feel like that's just so core to, like, the fantasy of, like, the, like, conquistador, you know, like, early America's, like, fantasy is like having the like naval travel, and like you could sail around, go to different islands, and you know, like fight different NPCs on there and just do different stuff there. I think that would be really cool. Like harvest certain materials, kill you know, like different enemies in the water, like a kraken or like a giant squid or a whale. Like imagine you could go on like a whaling expedition and you'd have to like make harpoons, and the whale would damage the boat, and you know, higher level whales would do more damage to the boat, and it's just like there's so many different things you could do, right? And that's what I'd like to see. Avoid Sea of Thieves? Yeah, like Sea of Thieves, or I know that Lost Ark has this too. Or there be naval stuff whenever the ship's crashed in an island, it doesn't make sense. Well, I don't care if it makes sense or not. I think it's just better for the game. I don't really care about the game's lore at all. You could just have to make a corruption resistance compass. Like, there you go. Okay, problem solved. Yep, there it is. You have to get like corruption things, and you get them from the portals, and after you get enough of them, you get to purify them, and then after purifying them, you can make a compass that's resistant to corruption. Yeah, it's not really that hard to think of. Oh, nice. Somebody cleared this area before I came here. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, we have a compass on the top of the screen. And also, like, maybe you'd be right. Like, you know what? It could be, like, really interesting if there was no... there was no way to really navigate in the water other than having your compass. And that would be literally it. Like, you couldn't open up a map, you couldn't do anything. You just had to navigate based off of, like, what you remember and, like, what you've explored before. Like, that could be really, really cool. I mean, like, I think that's one of the things where it's like, you know, fucking like Doctor Strange, like Infinity War. There's like 5 million possible solutions, and only one of them is good. So it's like, that would be really, really cool. But I think that the implementation of it will probably be terrible. Why don't you go tank in this game? I did for a while, but I really don't like the way tanks play in this game with how much involuntary movement my character has. I also think that the game's not the combat for the game is not fundamentally designed for having tanks in it. And it's just shoehorned in. Another one is like hunting a hippo. Like, imagine if there were hippos and they were level 70. Like, not level 66, but level 70 hippos. And they would just do like a ridiculous amount of damage. They're just like super aggro. And you'd need a bunch of people to kill them. That's what I'd really like to see. The sword and shield delay is bad. Yeah, it's just not fun to play. Tanks ruin PvP also. They always do. Having MMO style tanks and MMO style PvP is fucking garbage. Like, it's garbage in WoW. I would assume this game is no different. Yeah, it's like, it's not fun to fight against them. These chests actually give plus to your watermark? No, I'm just farming these for gold, really. My watermark is almost capped out. Most of my weapons are watermarked at 590 and above. I can watermark 600 weapons for most slots. All of my gear is legendary with also watermark leveled up to 600. There's just no reason for me to worry about it. Maybe if a hippo attacks you, you jump on its back and it carries you halfway across the map for fast travel. Is Void Vent still worth it, or should I just focus on watermark? I'd wait for the patch tomorrow. Here is my philosophy on gearing. Okay. My philosophy on gearing is that every single bit of outdoor content doesn't matter, because the solution to every type of outdoor content in New World is bring more people. If you can't kill it with 5, bring 10. If you can't kill it with 10, bring 20. And if you can't kill it with 20, delete the game. So I don't really see it being a problem, basically. That's why I run full luck gear, everything. And that's why I think Void Vent is so good, is because it's heavy armor. It keeps me alive while I'm farming. It gives me maximum bonuses to my luck. And it gives me constitution so I don't die. Now, here's what I'm really worried about. I'm worried that the Void Gauntlet is going to come out tomorrow. And it's going to be watermarked at 500. And we're not going to see 600 watermarked Void Gauntlets for like a month. Which is going to make that weapon, it's going to, what will that do? That will make it to where people either perceive the Void Gauntlet as being underpowered or overpowered based off of the way it's balanced. So also that means that all of the effort that people have put into leveling up their watermark is now effectively undermined because a new item is put into the mix, and the process of increasing the mix is increasing all of it collectively. Arcanic can craft them at 600 gear score. So they should just like not drop in the game at all. I mean, it just seems really silly. Now here's what, yeah, it dilutes the pool of items as well. Here's what I would do. I would make your watermark for the Void Gauntlet start at an average of the watermark of all of the weapons that you have. So like if you have, you know, a bunch of different weapons at like 580 to 600, then your watermark for the Void Gauntlet would be at like 590. That is the smartest way to implement it into the watermark system without making people feel stupid. Oh, the armor system is so scuffed. The light armor takes 3 times more damage, but only does 1.5 damage to the heavy armor player. Heavy armor has no negative because of the damage scaling. Well, yeah, I have that too. I mean, that's why I use all heavy armor. There's no reason really to use light armor unless you're to use light armor unless you're DPSing in PvE. No, I don't really think so, at least. So the way that Dark Souls solves this problem is they make it to where the immunity frames, the iframes for heavy armor is smaller. Like you have less iframes. But New World doesn't really do it that well. Because the iframe window that New World has is so large to accommodate for latency. So this is like, I think it's kind of funny to hear people talking about this stuff, because these were all things that I said were going to happen in the beta, and like, nobody would listen to me. And people were all telling me that I was like stupid and everything, and now it's very clearly happening, and I obviously, like, I feel good that I was right, but it's also frustrating because now the game's worse. There's actually I'm gonna see if I can send this to myself. Okay. I got this message, or I read this on Reddit about myself, and it was one of the best messages I ever got from the New World community. I was so happy to get it. Give me a second. So, this is about my New World review. I completely agree with most points stated with Asmongold and really like this review. I'm not ashamed to admit, when New World first came out and Asmongold mentioned most of the problems with the game, I just thought that he was a no-life streamer nitpicking over small details 90% of the player base won't experience. Now that I've been level 60 for a week and I've gotten about 150 hours and experienced most of this firsthand, I really agree with him and totally understand he's not just bagging on the game. I literally said this was all gonna I said all of this was gonna happen. That's my second Reddit account. No, I appreciate the sentiment though. I do. There's so many games to do auction house right and AGS still messed it up. I think that the auction house in most games is terrible. Like, I think the Final Fantasy auction house is fucking garbage. And I think that the WoW auction house is way better. think Final Fantasy does have a number of the those like little small things like that. Like it's not like really a big deal. The auction house like UI being bad, because it's not like it doesn't work. It just creates unnecessary friction that you don't need. But I think that the WoW auction house is probably the best auction house in any game I've ever played. But I haven't played a whole lot of MMOs. I've played a good amount, but like not a lot. And like I remember in Black Desert was terrible too, because it had like fixed prices. Like you could only put your item. It's not like you could sell something for 1 gold. You can only sell it within the price algorithm that's like dynamically decided by the game. The Diablo 3 auction house was pretty good too. Yeah. It's like Blizzard does a great job on... They did a great job on like menus, but the gameplay sucks. Final Fantasy does a great job on gameplay, but the menus suck. I do think that like the core WoW gameplay is not bad. I just think it needs to be a lot better. Like the let me think, like what expansion was like WoW gameplay like at a peak? It's hard to say. Let me think. Like maybe I think Legion. I think Legion is the pinnacle. I think Mists of Pandaria was not the pinnacle. I know, very, very contentious opinion I have, but I do not think that Mists of Pandaria was the pinnacle of game design at all. I think that Mists of Pandaria was the pinnacle of bloat in the game. There was a bunch of bloated content, bloated abilities that no one needed. Using shield wall as a warrior, you don't even have a shield out. Why do you have a random ability that reduces your damage taken by 40% that all warriors have? Like, it was just so unnecessary and ridiculous. I think that in terms of gameplay, I will also say that Mists of Pandaria gameplay was very good for a high-end player, but I would say that Legion was better. Like, you remember what I said before? This is actually another one. Do you remember how I said that they needed, like, Path of Exile needed to do the changes in Expedition? Like, all the nerfs and everything? Because the game was just, like, so... Like, everything was just, like, super OP and you could just blow everything up in 2 seconds. And it was, like, making, like, the game weird. I'm just trying to make sure that people remember that. And I defended the, I defended a lot of the, like Chris Wilson and the decisions that they were making and everything. And I said that you needed to have a Warlords of Draenor in order to have a Legion. And Warlords of Draenor was Expedition and Scourge is Legion. Like the new PoE League is very well received. I understand it's totally irrational. Ever felt that GMs in WoW are silently watching you struggle? Oh, you think that GMs are like... No, I don't think GMs are trying to mess with my drops. I mean, I goof around with that a little bit, but like on the real, no. No, of course not. My server's gone from 600 to 300 in 1 week on New World. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that, man. That really sucks. Yeah, that sucks, man. Like, my old server was pretty low pop as well. Like, we had a lot of people at the beginning because they were, like, just, you know, Asmongold stream viewers and stuff like that. But the majority were really, you know, just kind of quit. And that's kind of what happened. Merges are coming soon. Yeah, and well, they planned for this. That's why they had server groupings. How do you feel about advertisements on Twitch? Well, you know how I feel about it. It's obvious, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I would assume that it's obvious. I run ads on my main channel at the end of my stream because it just makes me free money. And it's like, okay, I'm just gonna print some money here and do that. But the majority of the time, I never run ads on my stream. If I ever got a custom contract with Twitch that said that I had to, I would do it, of course. But that's only because I had to. And also, like on this channel, like I could get this channel partnered where it would run ads. But you guys never get ads on this channel. And that's intentional. That's why I don't have like subs or anything on this channel. I just stream. I don't like the idea of subscribers personally. I don't like the idea that some viewers are more equal than others. I like it where everybody is just part of the community. Obviously, like there are people that play a much larger role in the community, like Jibu, right? Or somebody like Tavello, or Tavello's a mod. That's a little bit different, right? But like other people like Tiger Panda, and it's good to have acknowledgement for those people. But that's pretty much it. But in the end, you need money? Yeah, I mean everybody needs money, right? And like I try to still have like that that aesthetic or that that vibe in my stream, where it's just, you know, guys being dudes. Do you think ads are actually effective or an outdated industry technique? I think they are for some people. But I do think that there's definitely an argument to be made that ads are just annoying, and whenever people see them, they stop paying attention. To me, I think that probably is true to a degree. They sometimes work? Yeah, it's always sometimes. But I do think that ads might be becoming less effective, but maybe not. I mean, it depends on like how much, you know, like just people's behavior changes over the years. I think that's it. Ads are more aggressive now. Yeah, they really are. I really don't like for example, like ads on the radio that play a like a siren or something like that. In my opinion, I think that should be like actually illegal. And like I'm not kidding, like I actually think that should be pretty much like a felony to do that. Or like anything that simulates a siren, or anything that's intentionally trying to startle the driver. You know, like anything that will startle the driver while they're listening to the radio on like a on an ad, I don't think should exist. %20 louder than usual. Yeah, there's that. What do you think about Twitch changing your followed list to randomly recommend things to trick you? I didn't really know how that worked. I think Twitch, like, so this is like a problem that problem that YouTube has run into as well. And I think it's also like caused problems with YouTube as well. But a lot of these like social media platforms, they build their platform on, you know, being pretty much like let the people say and, you know, enjoy what they enjoy. And then once the people start enjoying the wrong things, or they won't enjoy the things that the company finds important to enjoy, then the company changes those algorithms and betrays the I don't know like really how to say it. It's not free market, but they betray the beauty of it being able to be chosen by people who just enjoy it. Late night show hosts, yeah, exactly. Like, why do I keep getting recommended Jimmy Fallon and these other like TV show hosts on like my YouTube main page? Like, I think a lot of people are getting that. What do you think about mobile game ads? I don't have anything wrong with. I don't think there's anything wrong with mobile games. Even the pay-to-win ones, I don't think it's a problem at all. If you don't like them, don't play them. It's really simple. What I don't like is whenever a game that is already exists, right? And then they take the game and they make it pay to win. That's what I don't really like. What games have done that? World of Warcraft. $50K views on late night show and it's trending on YouTube. Yeah, it's fake. It's fake and it's promoted by YouTube. Nobody wants to watch that garbage. The only good content whenever it's any of these late night shows is whenever they bring on someone that actually has talent. Like a guest that can do like a magic trick or something like that. Or someone who's actually funny. Like, I think that, I don't know, like maybe that was a little bit too harsh to say. Oh, that lumberjack token is worth like 3,000 gold or something. I really liked Stephen Colbert at the beginning, whenever he first started this show. Because I feel like I have a lot of, like Stephen Colbert is like, I really love the Colbert Report. It was like one of my favorite shows. I thought it was fucking amazing. I watched it every single night, like The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, and then the Colbert Show right afterwards. And my dad and I would watch both of them every single night, pretty much, or whenever I was over there. And he was so funny. And I remember like that. Remember the interview he did with Bill O'Reilly? That shit was fucking hilarious. And like all of his interviews were really good. And he was just so good. And like Stephen Colbert, like I still think he's a really funny guy. But I really didn't like how in his show it felt. What's happening right now? Why is this happening to me? Okay. And oh, and I used my, so I used my ability and it didn't work. Okay. Establishment shows, Trevor Noah. I remember whenever Trevor Noah first came into The Daily Show and I watched some of his stuff and I didn't think Trevor Noah was that bad. I really didn't. But I feel like during like the 2000, like the Donald Trump era, so much of late night comedy turned into Donald Trump is stupid. Which in my opinion, like, as I said, like I voted for Donald Trump the first time. And I didn't vote for him again because he didn't do what I said he would do, or what I thought he would do. He just turned into being a stupid asshole, and I just didn't do it again. You know, fool me once, that's enough. And fuck that, man. And he's still like releasing these stupid press releases, and I don't know, I'm really disappointed. But you know, I think just in general in most elections I usually vote for whoever I think is most unlike the current establishment. because I just basically hate the government. I don't hate the idea of government, I hate the current government. So, anyway, I don't want to get too much into that or anything else. Like, I don't really want to talk about politics or anything like that, but it felt like all of the content around it was, I think, like, the turning point for me with, like, Stephen Colbert, whenever he was talking about how Donald Trump would, like, suck Putin's dick or something like that. I just thought that was just, like, really trashy, and I felt like Stephen Colbert was, like, way above that, and, like, that type of joke and content was, like, below him. It was low-hanging fruit. Well, I mean, you know, look, it might be below him, but not below me. Yeah, it was low-hanging fruit. But you see what I'm saying, right? It's and I think also, like, there was a certain amount of indignant, like this, like, righteous indignation to it that was really off-putting to me. You see that when Trump said the trashiest shit? Yeah, but I thought Trump was just a trashy piece of shit. I mean, like, so that doesn't, like, it's not like one's good and one's bad. It's they're both bad. He's very religious, a self-righteous man. Well, and that's the other thing, is, like, Stephen Colbert is a Catholic, and I don't know, it just didn't really, it kind of just rubbed me the wrong way, because it just kind of gave me a different impression of him. And I think that, like, if you contrast that to, like, very early on his show, whenever he had Ted Cruz on his show, and he didn't act like that at all, I think that, I felt like the ratings for the show, for Stephen Colbert's show, were going down. Are you sure he's Catholic? I think Stephen Colbert is Catholic. Am I wrong about that? If I'm wrong about that, I'll immediately concede that. But yeah, he is. Yeah, I thought so. And anyway, because I like Stephen Colbert, so I know a good bit about him. And whenever I still watch his clips, you know, if I see something like a new Stephen Colbert thing and it's not a political thing or whatever, I'll definitely watch it, because I think he's, like, a legitimately funny guy. But what it seemed like to me is that like, the ratings on his show were going down, because they were whenever it first came out. And I think that he went to going to more lowbrow and, like, low tier humor in order to have the show appeal to a larger audience. And this is, like, my own conspiracy theory to a degree, but that's what it felt like to me. John Oliver. I think John Oliver's great. I never liked the Trump thing. I thought that was, the reason why I didn't like that is that I felt like if you say that kind of stuff, right? Orange Man bad. No, the other stuff was fine. Like, criticizing him is fine. I just felt like the Trump thing was very hypocritical, because, like, now in the day of, like, people being, like, trans, and you can change your pronouns, and you can have people call you what that you want them to call you, basically. And I would, you know, if you were to ask John Oliver, do you think this is what you should be able to do? He would probably say, yeah, that it's okay, that, you know, you should call people what they ask to be called. But to just turn around and do that to Donald Trump, and kind of, in a way, like, you know, he changes his name, and then to still call him by his old name, it seemed a little bit hypocritical to me. You see what I'm saying? Like, John, but he's too much of a centrist for me? That's quite a subjective take. I don't know about that. Trump normalized acting like a complete asshole. Don't let people treat him the same way he acts to everyone else. Yeah, I think you can easily say that. Yeah, sure. Like, the thing is with, like, Trump is, like, at the beginning, it was like, I think I just feel like it got worse. Like whenever he started tweeting in all caps lock, that's what insane people do. Like it did not start off like that, and it was stupid. But like that was like a completely different level. It's like it started off like kind of stupid and bad, and then it just kept getting worse. SQC, well, I do it too, but like, you see what I'm saying? The tweets were horrible. Yeah, well, it's not even like a... I don't really care. I do care in a way, but it was about the way he would do it. Saying we should vote for you to be president? Yeah, obviously. That's the whole point of this. Trade crazy tweets over what Biden's doing? Yeah, I've heard that a lot recently. People are really not happy with Biden. To be honest with you guys, like I haven't really kept up with a lot of politics stuff. Like I really haven't. So I can't really have much of an opinion on it right now, but what I can say is that I would just rather have neither. I didn't like Biden either. Well, after song, yeah. I just was not a fan. But I also think that, you know, Biden is the president now, and I mean, I do in a way support the president, Biden, to a degree, because he's the president, and that's what you do. But I wish we had better options. Yeah, like, I don't want the president to fail. Someone who isn't like 80? I don't really care about their age. I mean, you've got people like Warren Buffett who are like in their 90s and, you know, they're still sharp and making good decisions. I think it's the person and not necessarily the age. Biden has dementia. I'm not a doctor, and I don't think most of the people that are saying he has dementia are either. But I don't like all that stuff. Doesn't really make a big difference to me. Why is New World so boring to watch? What do you mean boring? Like, I literally have gotten a marble chest and a lumberjack token in this run. How are you fucking bored? Yeah, shut up. But yeah, anyway, I don't really want to get... Again, I haven't really educated myself in a lot of like the most recent like politics stuff or anything, because I just have been just distracted and busy just like gaming and dealing with other shit. So I don't really know a whole lot of the new stuff, and I think people, like, every time I make any comment about politics, people ask me, well, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Like, I don't really know, man. What do you think about Allegory that invaded everything since 2016? What do you mean Allegory that invaded everything? I don't know really what that means. I'll go up here. Is there any time frame for Final Fantasy 14 again? No, not really. I mean, I don't really make time frames or budgets or time schedules for myself. I just do whatever I want whenever I want to do it. And that's it. Politics and modern things. Guys, let's go. All right, there we go. Good. I don't know. You'd have to give me like a better example than that. Warm iron chandelier. Oh, that might actually sell well too. Nice. Yeah, I'm not, I don't like schedules or being held to any sort of an expectation of doing anything. Can't trade furniture? Yeah, you can. Unless it was like it got bugged out or it's locked for some reason. GS runs. What is GS? Give me 1 second. Just a second. Schedules are complicated. Oh, watermark run? No, I don't want to. I already did all of Shattered Mountain today. Can't trade furniture till tomorrow, whenever they fix the trophy dupe. Oh, okay, that's fine. Can't believe he's using pylon over shower. What does shower do again? Oh, yeah, because this sucks. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, Pylon is a PvE ability and Shower is a PvP ability. Shower is a ridiculously good PvP ability. It's insanely good because of how much it slows you. Okay, let's go over here.